Hello there everybody, this is Alex from Hardcorian Guides, bringing you my guide for Lollipop Chainsaw on very hard difficulty. Today we're doing stage 5. Wait, Cathedral. It's called Cathedral. Pretty sure. So, this one is definitely one of the more lengthier ones, and I'm going to be fast forwarding through a lot of these parts, but yeah. So starting off, we're already getting attacked, and luckily for us we have those blue containers. I think it's liquid nitrogen. I'm thinking it is. So, maybe not, I don't know. Anyway, makes relatively good ease of these first bits of zombies. Nothing too spectacular. Of course, oh, they can be drop kicked. Okay, I figured as much, but they're a lot harder to drop kick. The guitarists, I mean. That's what I was talking about in the last video, if anybody hadn't seen that one. That's what I was mentioning earlier, was I wasn't sure if they could actually be drop kicked. And luckily they can, so... Again, that's always, in my opinion, the best way of dealing with most of these enemies. And right there, I don't know why, but there was just a truck with an explosive barrel in the back, I guess. Oh, I'm making all kinds of noise. Yeah, I don't know. It's just one of those things of, it is what it is. So, I buy stuff, buy what you need. You probably have the money by now anyway. Especially if you have all the upgrades, and you're pretty much good. I mean, granted, I think at this point, I just ended up actually just buying, like, costumes. And I'm pretty sure I probably... Yeah, I cut it in this video, but I did actually buy the bunny outfit. And you'll see that in the next stage. So this part right here, you have... I forget her name, but basically Juliet's sister, Rosalind, I think it was. And she's sniping. And it helps you with this fight a little bit. It definitely helps with taking out some of the zombies that are relatively more annoying. And I think this is the first introduction of those guys. The ones that have the... No, they were in, I think, the prologue, I think. Well, anyway, they had the ability of, like, throwing the container and letting it explode and all that kind of stuff. And as far as I'm aware, there's no real way to kind of get it out of their hands to let them blow up rather than, you know, them blow up you type of thing. Also, I'm doing these, like, back-to-back. I'm just trying to get all these videos just finished and uploaded so I can just move on to whatever next. I'm thinking about doing like a couple more guides, and then after that taking my little hiatus, essentially. Then basically a much-needed hiatus so I can get away from getting too addicted to doing YouTube again. So anyway, now we're on a time limit for like a whole minute. This is not too bad considering the fact that there's the only thing the time limit affects is how long you need to survive, which thankfully is a much more better time limit than what most games have. But you could use the explosive barrels to get you a few more kills. I'd say for this, just either run the hell away the best you can, just keep dodging, or if you're like me, you could just keep fighting. So that way, one, you could break up the monotony of just running away, and two, at the very least, you could try to go for these kills, these named enemy kills. That and just, you know, more money. That's essentially what I'm going after anyway, just getting that more money. So the rules apply about the same. I'd also recommend just staying away from the bigger enemies, so that way you don't have to waste too much time dealing with them. If you have your... fudge. Here I am forgetting it, of course. If you have your rage mode up, then you could just use that if you wanted to get more money, but I don't have it. To be fair, I probably don't recommend it either, because there's really nothing in here that's too difficult to get past, because like most of the bigger and tankier health bar enemies aren't really much of a threat, thankfully. So it takes care of that. We're gonna have another couple of sections like that as well in this level, and now I have to take out 11 of those scarecrow guys. Again, not hard, because bullets take them out with relative ease. Just auto lock, that type of thing. Which, thankfully, the lock-on for the gun is not terrible in this game. I'm so glad. Like, a lot of things work. A lot of what you can do works. It's just, there's just, unfortunately, some outside jank. And just to prove that there's jank and stuff like that, I will probably, at the end of Stage 6, just show off one of them. So that'll be a... Yeah, I'm going to do a blooper. In these damn videos for once. That's a surprise to hear. But yeah, I'm gonna do a blooper thing. Not a blooper reel, just like I'm gonna show you one, just to show you guys what the hell I'm talking about with this crap. Just Cordelia, that's what it was, not Rosalind. Rosalind shows up later with a wrecking ball. Cordelia is the older sister, and Rosalind, I think, was the younger sister. So this next part right here, I think, can just be completely skipped anyway. No, I don't think so. I don't. Yeah, I was gonna say I don't think so. I think you have to do this part. Yeah, because the idea is you want to go through that door later, but if we could actually access that door now, it probably would have the arrow on it, but they didn't. So there's that. Here's another classmate to rescue. Of course, if you let him die, which I accidentally did, they do come back as zombies. It's very unfortunate, but that's just what it is. So my recommendation for this part is to get, well, one, get rid of the fire guys. I'll just call them firemen. I know they're cops, but I just call them the firemen because that's what they use is fire. So yeah, these, or we just call them fire cops, I guess, or inferno cops, maybe. Anyway, so yeah, those bastards are just really, really annoying, and you'll definitely see that in stage 6 when they just become just too damn destructive and just, yeah, really annoying. So most of this is just simple shoot and kill. I was gonna say earlier, I recommend getting the C4 strapped zombies to kind of group up with the other zombies so you can blow them all up. But unfortunately, I think they blew up the classmate, and that, I don't really care that much. I'm not going for anything specific right now. I'm just trying to kill all these guys. And for a while, I actually kind of forgot. I kind of thought that this was the classmate for a second. I'm like, oh, he's running away. That's good. But no, it was a zombie, which it could have been the classmate turned into a zombie, but most of the time, they actually come after you. So right here, I got kind of lucky with these guys. They got stuck on the fence, and they just eventually blew up. I couldn't do anything to them through the fence, unfortunately. But one of them at least blew himself up. Oh, wait, that's right. This was the classmate. I fell for it again. That's the second time, because he's glowing red, so I assumed he was the C4 guy. But he wasn't. Or the dynamite guy, whatever you want to call him. Basically, the bomb dudes. Suicide bombers. Which actually is a pretty common theme with zombies, isn't it? Where just, for some reason, they always have, like, those ones that just are suicidal and blow up. I've noticed that. That seems to be a common trope. Those are the games I played. I think there was even some in Yaiba. And by Yaiba, I mean Ninja Gaiden Z Yaiba. Not Kimetsu. No. Which, speaking of that game's alright. The Demon Slayer game. It's okay. I don't have it, but I see it every once in a while. It's like, oh, it's not really good. I have played it. That's completely off topic, I know. I don't know. Shit. So yeah, now we get to fight these guys, of course. Baseball players. Nothing too extreme. They're actually relatively one of the more easier tall zombies. I don't know exactly what to classify them as. I just call them tall or jocks because usually the tall enemies seem to always be the more tankier of the groups, or the ones that need to be focused more on. But luckily with Cordelia here to help us out, it makes it relatively a lot easier. And I'm not exactly sure of what her frequency of shooting is, but it seems to be quite common enough to where it actually is a little effective, which is nice. And I'm actually kind of glad that she's actually here. So I may have made a mistake grabbing that. I don't remember if I had any lollipops on me or not, but I'd just say screw it and just go straight for the sparkle hunt. That's what it's called. Yeah, just go straight for that. I'm not fucking around with these guys. With these little turds, the best thing I can say is just do like X attacks, just really low chainsaw attacks, and that should kill them off. Or you could waste your whole time just doing the jump into the X, but it seems kind of just dumb. But yeah, when it comes to the old man and old women, I always just wait for them to, or wait for me to get the sparkle hunt to kill them, because they're just some of the most annoying of the tankier zombie enemies. The mini boss zombies, I guess, what do you want to call them. So yeah, I will actually admit, I actually do think that little part with the zombie right there was kind of funny. So this next part is dealing with three Inferno Cops at once, and this is ridiculous. You'll see right here, I'm just getting battered down. And my best advice for this is either have, which, I mean, I already wasted, which is probably too late. But if you're watching this video, then you could, you know, if you're watching this video, you're not going through it exactly at the same time. You could just save up your Sparkle Hunt for these assholes, which I would highly advise. Fuck the old, you know, the old zombies. Just fuck them. Just fight them normally. But these guys, just, yeah, I should have had Sparkle Hunt, but I kind of forgot about them being right here. So I just use what I can to my advantage by shooting them. And it works relatively well. Just, you know, strafe left and right. Try to avoid the shots. Once there's less of them, it becomes way easier to take care of, thankfully. Thank God. I don't remember if I actually died to him or not. Yeah, he was giving me so much trouble, though. And the worst part is, like, you can't really leapfrog too well over them either. I don't remember what the fuck I think it was actually, yeah, I was gonna say, this was actually me trying to do this. I was just trying to get a neck shake, which, luckily, I do go ahead and fast forward. And funny enough, zombies spawn, so at the time, I didn't even think about it, but yeah, another bomb maybe spawns in. So I get my lollipops refilled, and I get my health refilled, so that's nice. And I'm gonna fast forward through all this crap, because this is just a ton of zombies to fight. You have the liquid nitrogen right there that you can use to essentially take out some of the bigger dudes, which I end up missing. And luckily, Cordelia is here to help us with snipers, but she can only shoot from, like, a, you know, where she's at, which luckily covers most of the field, thankfully. It seems like it does, but it doesn't cover underneath that little building that she's in. And then I do the, what's it called, Nick toss? I don't know why they call it Nick toss when the other one is just like the one where you kick them. So, like, which sucks. I tried it on the Josie boss fight, and I hated it. Granted, I was fighting the boss with it, but I don't like that one, the way you kick them. It's only one attack. It might be an insta-kill for zombies, but I just don't mess with it. But yeah, I feel like Nick Toss is at least a decent AoE type move, and it definitely does clean house, and it makes zombies groggy as well, which is also nice. Because then after that, you can just go ahead and just chainsaw on them and get the insta-kill. These guys coming out, I thought they would actually be bosses, but I think these are, I like to call them freaks, because they remind me of the boombox guys, and like super skinny, and they look like they're all methed out or something, so I just call them freakazoids or whatever. It's just weird, I don't know. So yeah, that takes care of that that fight, and here comes another relatively not too long of a fight. I don't remember it being that long, but we got like what 9 guitar dudes here, and just blast them with liquid nitrogen. Go for the head chops, and then bam, easy peasy. The other ones spawn. These are just regular zombies. And I got lucky right there, because I was actually just mashing the circle to dodge, and just somehow I got grabbed, and, well, of course, I was matching circles, there you go. I grabbed some bullets, and just plow away. Because, again, gun does a lot of damage in this game, which is nice. Also, that attack right there is usually based on zombie health, so, as far as I'm aware, I don't know if it's based on max HP, like in total, or if it's just based on, like, whatever HP they have at that time. Either way, there's going to come a point, especially in Stage 6, when I'm going to be using it a lot, and it just takes forever to kill one. But, yeah, it makes it a little bit more safe to deal with, which is nice. This is off topic, but I don't remember if Deadhead Fred ever had a hard mode. I don't think it ever did. Now, on the top of my head, I'm trying to think of any way I could just play Deadhead Fred on this channel besides just playing. Because I don't want this channel to be a Let's Play channel. I want this channel to just be focused on, you know, playthroughs, but that are just kind of more so edited playthroughs. Like, much more heavier edited. So this part's kind of funny. When I did that dropkick, I actually thought I kicked the car, but now the real funny part is, well, I got the sparkle hunt going on, but like one zombie will spawn out of the bus here. And it's usually just like regular old mill zombies. There's of course, you know, the bigger mini boss, but you have these just regular run-of-the-mill zombies, nothing too bad. Every time one comes out, just drop kick them. That's the best way to put it. So you'll see right here, I'm just doing it. I'm trying to, at least. I'm messing up quite fiercely. I'm trying to avoid the lollipop as best I can, because I still have a full lollipop kit, so I'm trying to avoid that one and not waste it. Instead, I'd like to keep my health. Well, you know, essentially get the health back. And there we go. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. And then I forget what happens after this. I skipped the part where I buy some stuff. That's where I buy the bunny outfit. And then I skipped... I don't remember what else. I might have skipped something else that happened. I can't remember off the top of my head. I just edited it like 5 seconds ago. No, actually it was like 15 minutes ago. I'm only like halfway through. Oh. And there's Rosalind, I believe, yes. So now we have to deal with, of course, another 15. But luckily this part's pretty cool because they give you a full charge. And I just... Oh, there's the firemen. That's right. The actual firemen themselves show up on stage 6. I'm going to take a sip real quick. That was less of a sip and more of a gulp. I drink big. So, yeah, just use the Sparkle Hunt for this. You know, waste all them. I mean, it's there. You might as well use it. And as far as I'm aware of that... Yeah, that's it. Yeah, just... They give you a freebie. And this next section here, do be careful because it instantly starts the minigame. And you can get away with killing all of these zombies if you just do it right. And that's what I recommend doing, of course, is getting them all right. I think if you fail, I think they keep all the zombies alive, which would be very unfortunate. So, there you go. There's your cool little reference. And bam. So now we actually have a named Scarecrow enemy, which is actually surprising. Which, luckily, he's not too hard to take down. He's, again, bullets do wonders. They always do wonders. And luckily for us, I think some of them respond because they make it to where I think if you're fighting Scarecrows, I think they usually do that. It's funny, I keep calling them Scarecrows. I don't think that's their actual name. They're just flying enemies, but I don't know why, but they remind me of Scarecrows, and I'm trying to think of a game that they, like any game where Scarecrows fly, and it might actually just be Dead Friend I'm thinking of. Because usually when I refer to enemies, it's usually probably from something else. So, like, for instance, like, oh, I call them Goombas or something. Well, that's actually not true, because, like, I don't like calling Goombas. What am I'm going on another tangent again. God damn it. Alright, so this next area is a little tedious with Rosalind basically just flipping around with the wrecking ball, and you basically have to watch out for just an obstacle while also trying to shoot off zombies off of her crane. You're trying to make sure she doesn't get you know, taken out, which luckily she doesn't. It's pretty easy stuff for the most part because all you gotta do is just shoot. So that's definitely one of the more easier aspects of this game is just the shooting. Like I said, thankfully. Speaking of shooting, I never actually have played Shadows of the Damned. I think that's what it's called, right? Suda51's other game. Hell, I haven't played Killer 7 yet, which is funny because there's a $40 copy at my local game store that's just sitting there, and it's like... And I think one day, I found both the GameCube version and the PS2 version. I'm thinking to myself, should I really get it? I mean, it's like... It's $40, which is a little bit of money, let's be honest. And I don't know. I mean, I've heard a lot of good things about it. I don't know. Probably by the time I go there and check it out, it's probably already gone. I would like to actually get my hands on a PS5. That'd be nice. So that way I can play the Demon's Souls remake. But the PS5 is just becoming way too expensive these days, which is crazy to think about. Because here we are, like 2 years later or 3 years later, or whatever, doing this, and yeah. So the whole gimmick with this entire fight is you don't want to have too much weight on at once. And you'll notice that there's a lot of zombies that just spawn. My best advice for this is to just knock them off. Like, don't even bother killing them. If you can drop kick them, because it usually just knocks them into, well, you know, knocks them off this. But every time I see conveyor belt things like this, or not conveyor belts, but every time I see like elevator stuff with construction like this, I always think of Resident Evil 4, which is one of my first thoughts, like near like the last few levels. I think of that, and I think of Ninja Gaiden 2 specifically. There's that elevator flying, and Fear. I think Fear, probably because of Fear 2 Replica DLC or whatever it's called, where you play as the clone guy. But yeah, even if you can't knock him off with a dropkick, at least then you can stun him. And luckily, The construction workers are easy to stun. And we got 2 zombies for 1, which is very nice. Also, apparently, Juliet's 75 kilograms. I don't know if that also accounts for Nick's head or the chainsaw. Not really too sure. And plus, not to mention, I'm also a filthy American, so when it comes to kilograms, I'm kind of dumb with numbers. That type of stuff. So I'm not too specific on how exactly heavy it is, because I'm dumb. But eventually, the thing will start seeming like it's gonna pop, like, basically, like, right around here. And what I do here is essentially just knock off, like, 1 just in case. Knock off a couple just in case. Because I wasn't entirely sure if this would just be a fail type thing. Because eventually the thing just falls. Because I was like, oh, that's not enough time. That's bullshit. That's not enough time. But as far as I'm aware, it just breaks, and I just cut it. It's okay. I didn't die. You don't die there. So just kick off a few just to be on the safe side. Like, you know, test it out if you want. But I just wanted to make sure that I'm alive for that. So now we got some porta potty spawners in here. Again, construction workers, relatively easy kill. You know, just drop kick, make them groggy, that type of thing. Nothing too bad. There's a section coming up where I think it's a little later than this, where I'm just gonna be using my Sparkle Hunt a lot more, or for like a good amount of zombies to kill. So if you use the trampoline up here, you get a lollipop and some money. So if you don't have that, there you go. I also realized it actually gives you score, but again, I'm not really going through score mode, so. But that's the thing, though. Like I saw that through the tip screen that it said that the better, whenever you beat like your dad's score, you get items in the shop. And I'm not sure what types of items you get though. And my guess is most likely it's probably just like MP3s and all that other kind of fun stuff. Which I do admit the collectibles and everything are kind of fun. And the music's nice too. They have a lot of songs that I was actually surprised to even hear when I first played this game all the way back in like 2014 when I had that thing. Like Way of the Fist and Five Finger, I was like, wow, okay. I mean, Splatterhouse had Dying Breed, but shit. I was surprised Five Finger even got put anywhere. I used to kind of like Five Finger back in the day, but now I'm just not really. So the cops, once again, I recommend just going for shooting. And the thing with drop kicking them is you have very limited amount of time where you can actually just kill them with it, which sucks. Even if you were to do this, you can't really get enough time to essentially kill them, which is unfortunate. You can't kill them with the stun, which I hate. So that's what makes them a lot tougher. That's really the only reason. Well, besides that, guns and the fact that they have, you know, decent amount of health. That right there basically just makes it quite the toughness. Alright, so coming up, I'm going to be fast forwarding in a few seconds. This part's pretty easy. You actually get some free money and some free, you know, sparkles, which is nice. But this part right here kind of sucks. Focus the boombox guys, but I was too dumb and cheap to even really bother with it. Don't waste the barrels just yet. Just try to get down here first and then attack them. But yeah, try focus on the boombox guys, because if you can't, at least you can shoot these guys, but still. I played this the wrong way. But you could do what I'm doing, where you're just shooting them. It does a lot more damage, but if you'd rather just not constantly shoot, that's fine too. But shooting works really well, though, because again, it does a lot of damage. And I'm not trying to undermine it by any means, or even like try to, you know, overhype how much shooting in this game works, but it works absolute wonders. But there you go. That's why I use the Sparkle Hunt for. Just screw the damn cop zombies there. They're too damn powerful. All right, this section here is gonna be slightly rough. Luckily, your progress is saved every time that you do any amount of attacking on this little construction thing here. So I think I get the first one in one go. Yep. And the whole idea is you're supposed to chop down all 4 of the holds. Or whatever. Chop down all 4 of the wood. Some guy essentially just glitches out there. It would look kind of funny. But even if you do get hit like I did right there, it does still save your progress for doing it, which was very nice. Also, this area does give you a lot of lollipops around the field, so you could just not have infinite health, but you could have a lot of health going on. The best way to do this is to essentially just wait for all of them to explode and then just immediately dart for the chainsaw icons. Just immediately go for it. Because the more time you waste, the more fucked you will be. You could shoot them, but I just dodged them. Until this part when I got my ass blown and I decided to start shooting. Yeah. But I recommend just going for dodges at this point. Just keep constantly dodging them. Now, funny enough, this game has the same thing that, I don't know if it was the start of it, but that Bayonetta did, where if you dodge too often, like more than like twice, then she goes into a sort of like stance where she's not stunned, but she just kind of takes longer to get back up from. So yeah, of course, I hate using the word again, but end lag. Even though it's not really technically, I guess, what it is, but it is to me, damn it. It is to me. Yeah, that was just me being an idiot. So, all right, that closes off that. Just wait for them to glow red and then start dodging. There you go. They're all dead. That takes care of that part. And then I think there's like, yeah, there's a telephone call. And you're going to see another skip in a few seconds. Actually, about a minute or so. And that whole skip is because I forgot how to get out of this damn place. To get out of here, you want to shoot that blue liquid canister right there. Let's just call it nitrogen because I think that's what's supposed to be. So until I'm proven wrong. Or whatever, then I'll just keep going to that. So yeah, I don't even bother going for rescuing them because I mean all they do is just give me money, which is nice, but at the same time I don't care. Luckily for us, you can get away with kicking the zombies into the explosives without actually having the explosives go off, which is nice. That's actually a mechanic that I'm surprised that isn't too broken. But yeah, I kind of have an idiot, a really idiotic moment here of like, where the fuck was I supposed to go? And then I remembered, oh yeah, use this, and then you get out of the fire. I thought there was like another zombie still spawned. I thought like the classmate probably turned into a zombie or some shit, and I was like, oh great, I have to go fight him now. Also, I realized why this video was so damn long. It's because of the goddamn boss fight. Whoa. Which we'll be watching all of it, and I probably won't be fast forwarding heavy. Which, I mean, I could just real quick just make it fast forward, but you know what? Nah, that's not fair. That's gonna drag the freaking. That's gonna drag the video another 10 minutes. Oh my god. But this part right here, it's just a shit ton of zombies. And I run away a few times and I shoot. I get rid of a couple of them. If you got Sparkle Hunt, go for it. You can't shoot those explosives as far as I'm aware. I tried shooting them, but I couldn't shoot them to defense, which sucks. So just take out all like the mediocre zombies first, and then just deal with the more mini boss zombies later. Because even though they're annoying, they're relatively slow to the point where they can't do much to you without being close. Their range is just shit. I mean, most zombies in the game's range shit, but yeah, just avoid them. If you have to fight them, fight them. So just do what you do with any zombie crowd, basically, at this point. And this is where I start actually using the X square square move, and I know it's like, oh my god, it's actually pretty damn good. Actually, I might have used it before, but it might have been cut out. I can't remember when I started actually using the damn thing, but it is, again, a good move. It has some pretty bad, not bad, but it has some unfortunate, like, recovery from it, but still, pretty good. I keep using N-Lag. I guess I should be saying recovery, not N-Lag. I'm being stupid again, aren't I? So this is Louis C.K., and oh my goodness. This fight's cool. I like this boss fight. Man, it goes on forever. So this is phase 1. My recommendation here is just moving to the right, hit. Walk to the right, hit. See when he gets up out of his off his cycle, like that, just keep hitting him. And you can basically just almost just, you know, 1-for-1 cheese him. That's how you deal with that first fight. That's like the only thing I can say I'm actually proud of in this entire game of like guide-wise, where I'm like, oh wow, that's actually, you know, relatively good, good trick. So here we go, phase 2 out of like 6 or 7. And yes, Lewis goes on for a while. Now make sure you have a bunch of Nick tickets too, because I die a lot. Okay, so we're still in phase 1 right now, but now we're in phase 2. Luckily for this, I guess you could probably call this like what, phase 1.5 maybe, because he doesn't get full health until a few phases, like every few phases or so. So I guess if anything, once he gets full health, that's a phase. But until he has full health, that's not a phase. So yeah, this is phase 2. So phase 2. He's going to be riding around on his elephant motorcycle. And what's cool is I'm not sure if it's playing right now, but the song that he used for my intro for Lollipop should be playing either right now or soon. And I thought that was kind of cool, just completely cool something. So, best trick with him is attack him from like the back, and even if you attack him from the back, he can still hit you with AoE with his slam attacks. Just every time that he does any attacks, just wait for him to get done, then attack. Rinse, repeat. That's really this fight boiled down to like the most basic sense. Or you can be like me and you can just tank it. Which I just say, screw it. I can die like 9 freaking times. I'm gonna go in and just hit his ass. Because I don't care. I don't have any bullets to do anything with, so... There it is. But yeah, those AoEs do get a lot bigger though, which is very unfortunate, but yeah, it's a game. That's what they're supposed to do. But yeah, I just tank it. I mean, you take a little bit of damage. For those that are probably trying to go through the no damage route, you know, just even not trying to die at all, it's probably just a fucking hell. Which, this fight looks like it'd be hell for no damage, though, just being honest. So when he's shooting like that, just keep dodging left and right. Your dodges should have quite a bit of iframes. Not like a whole bunch, but yeah. So whenever he's lifting himself in the air and he slams back down, that's a pretty good time to attack, I think. Even though it looked like right there he just ran off, and I think that's a pretty good time. And whenever he's, you know, scooting around, then just follow him basically, you know, and just wait for him to stop and then attack. Yeah, right there all of a sudden I took actually quite a bit of damage. I don't know what the hell was up with that. But yeah, again, I had like 9. Sorry, like I said, it's definitely late for me. I know for most people it's 9:30. It's been a long day, and I'm just tired as hell. And I'll probably end up just editing and commentating episode 6 and try to get all these damn things finished. Try to batch upload them with him. Yeah, I got really lucky right here where he just all of a sudden just rammed himself into a pillar. And I was surprised to see that. But there you go, that's technically phase 2-ish. I think he loses like an arm or something. Maybe. But yeah, after every like big phase, there's usually another smaller phase where he has way less health, which is very nice. So in reality, he only has like maybe like 3 or 4 different cool phases. But other than that, he's still gonna be a pain in the ass. He has a lot of time where he gives you ample amounts of time to actually hit him, which is nice. So that's what I was saying about like just whenever he attacks, just wait for him to finish and then run in and then attack him. Just be patient with this fight, because this fight I feel like is all about patience. And don't get fucked either. Like when it comes to like the finishing attacks, don't get fucked like I do sometimes where I just completely miss it like an idiot. Alright, so now we have to deal with I'm just gonna say phase 3. So this is definitely one of the more harder phases, but now he's shooting out missiles, and whenever the camera starts to slow down, that's a good time to dodge. As soon as the camera starts slowing down, just dodge. That attack right there, like usually after every missile strike, he'll probably do that. He'll probably like make it look like we can attack him. He'll just do that spin attack. But whenever he bursts himself out like that, that's a good time to attack. And then just immediately just dodge. Just stay away from him recovering at all. Because that would basically just end up getting you, well, getting hit. So, whenever he does like that, we'll see it again, when he does that big burst, like that big burst charge. That's usually the good time to attack him. But for this, you can only get like maybe 1 or 2 hits. Okay, maybe not that one, but usually you can only get like 1 or 2 hits. But I guess he was probably just trying to be nice. He's trying to be better. As far as I'm aware, there's no real way to have a good complete dodge over that. But yeah, whenever he starts getting he starts amping up his electricity, and then he basically just overloads himself. That's a good time to attack, like 3 or 4 hits. That's good enough. You don't want to get caught in too much, so I'd say just go for basic chainsaw attacks. That way you don't get stuck in something that's too damning. And I'm pretty sure I eventually die, like maybe around here. I also don't recommend mashing the dodge button for those. If you don't want to get hit, that is. Just, you know, essentially wait for... Yeah, that's bullshit. Yeah, just wait for the camera to slow down.
You okay? This is the part where we die.
Bam. But yeah, this really is a long-ass fight. And as you see right here, it's basically like, what, 10 minutes? And I don't think I even cut this one. I think this one's just like straight up just a regular 10-minute long-ass fight. It's crazy. It's cool. I do like it. It's just, yeah. it is fairly lengthy. So now, of course, we chop off one arm. So, oh boy. And now we have to deal with, once again, the same phase, but this time with less health, which is always nice. Again, I do want to say that that is extremely generous of Suda51 and Grasshopper for making it to where, you know, you don't get screwed up too hard on. Now, this is just slightly off topic, but would anybody like to ever see this game get remastered? I mean, if it got remastered, I really wouldn't mind that, personally. I don't have any ill will toward the game, or really any sort of huge amounts of feelings toward it. I think it would be kind of cool, and this is just my own speculative thoughts, of maybe just having a collection of Suda51 games ported and remastered to whatever system. Hopefully most, if not all. But I'm talking about, like, you know, like Killer 7 and Shadows of the Damned, Lollipop. They probably won't do No More Heroes, considering the fact that No More Heroes is mostly just a Nintendo property, so... And plus it already has a collection as well. If they do it, that'd be cool. Especially for PlayStation, because it's what I play on. But, you know, Lollipop, probably not Let It Die, because... What else? I'm drawing a blank. And the funny thing, the sad part is, every time I think of Never Dead, I always think that's Suda, but I don't think that actually was Suda. But I'm aware. Yeah, again, with this phase, most of it's relatively about the same. Nothing too spectacular. But now we're in essentially phase 4. This is the one where he starts getting a lot more destructive with his stuff. No doubt about it. Of course, just, you know, avoid the landmines. Yeah, this one was developed by, Everyday was made back in 2012. Shit! That's a while ago. What happened to me? Alright, yeah. Also, Nick will be saying that a lot. He just says it a lot. So, for that, he's going to charge up, and he's going to dash around, and he'll give you ample amounts of time after he gets done to attack him. And whenever he's just driving around anyway, he's just a giant hurt box. Now, for me, whenever he's just close in general, I just go for him. Whenever he's shooting out bombs or anything, I just go up to him because he's too busy shooting a bomb. I'm just gonna, you know, try to get some cheap free hits in, basically. So, yeah, there's that. Essentially just weigh him down again. And there you go. There's the X square attack that I was talking about earlier. It does decent damage. It's nothing spectacular, but it's nice. It's definitely noticeable how much it actually does in quick succession, but it's unfortunate that I never have enough time to really do enough, especially for this. But anyway, we're definitely getting close to the end of this fight, and we're going to be finishing it off soon. So, I'd like to say, that's Lewis, that's this fight, and we'll be heading to stage 6 next. And I'm not done yet, of course. I still have one little life left to give. Get back on my feet, beat his ass. And there we go. At stage 5. So, see you guys in the next episode, and, well, take care, everybody.